Guys, so this book literally just came in the mail. I just checked my email and I had no idea that Amazon sends you a screenshot in the email when they deliver your package. I guess that's like a new thing. That's really cool, but I'm really glad that I got my hands on it. And like I said, it is the paperback edition. It's a lot thicker than the first book that I showed you guys. It's gorgeous. I love this color. It reminds me of a nice sunset.
I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised.
What is up, book friends? Welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. You are always welcome here. I'm Kiana and I hope you all are doing well. Before we begin, make sure you guys click that red subscribe button down below to join the Reading Out Loud book club community. As a result of the quarantine, a certain someone couldn't quite seem to put their debit card away. The good thing about that is that I purchased some new books online since we can't go to the libraries. I think the whole idea of consumerism and the quarantine would be a really great topic for another video, but today I wanted to share with you all some of the books that I purchased online so you guys have a better idea of what books to expect on my channel in the future. All of these books are #1 New York Times bestseller, so they've got quite a lot of buzz. Just thought I'd add that. So if you guys want to briefly hear about the books that I bought, then please keep watching. The first book I think will indeed have a profound impact in my life. It is The Heart of the Soul by Gary Zukav. This book is co-authored by his spiritual partner Linda Francis and was published in 2001. This book is titled after The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav, and that book definitely proved to have extremely deep and insightful thoughts and ideas, so it was definitely a must that I read up on this book, which focuses on emotional intelligence. It was definitely time for me to get this book because emotional intelligence is a subject that is multi-purposeful and can be applied in almost every situation, whether that is in your career, in your relationships, or even just with yourself. So the main premise of this book is to show readers the importance of applying emotional awareness through the concepts that are provided in this book into our daily lives. The next book that I got is one that I've already showed you guys on my channel before, and in fact it is the very first book I've ever showed you guys on my channel, and that is The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. This edition that I got is a little bit different from the first one that I showed you. It is the 25th anniversary paperback edition, and this book was published in 1989, the first book, and then the 25th anniversary edition, obviously that means that it would have been published in 2014, but this newer edition has prefaces by Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. I definitely want to reread this book, especially when I feel called to do so, and I have a feeling that that's going to be really soon. I also have this book on Audible, so I think that that would be really cool if I was able to read along with the audiobook. It's been 5 years since I've read this book, but I definitely think that there are still things that I can take away from this book because I've learned so much about life since then, and I would just love to be able to revisit the concepts within this book. Since I have already read this book, I can give you guys a lot more insight on what this book is about. In summary, Zukav really puts into perspective the idea that we all have a soul and a personality. Our souls are beyond our physical perception, and our personalities are character traits that we have learned through our human experience. And what Zukav really encourages us to do is align the values of our soul, such as sharing, cooperation, reverence for life, and harmony with our personalities. So it is that awakening to the awareness of the soul and merging the soul and the personalities together, and it is through this process that we discover our purposes, our higher selves, and we are able to participate in the evolution of the human species. It's one of the best books I think you'll ever read in your entire lifetime. Hey guys, so this book literally just came in the mail. I just checked my email and I had no idea that Amazon sends you a screenshot in the email when they deliver your package. I guess that's like a new thing. That's really cool, but I'm really glad that I got my hands on it, and like I said, it is the paperback edition. It's a lot thicker than the first book that I showed you guys. It's gorgeous. I love this color. It reminds me of a nice sunset. The third book is is You Are a Baddie at Making Money by Jen Sincero, and I'm going to use the term baddie because I like to keep things PG rated, but I'm sure almost all of you have heard of her book, You Are a Baddie. If you haven't heard of it on my channel, I'm sure you've heard of it somewhere else. That book was published 4 years before this book in 2013, and essentially what that book does is it helps us to tap into our unlimited potential by unlearning limiting beliefs and programming new ones that help us to live the life that we want. I've listened to You Are a Baddie by Jen Sincero on Audible quite a few times in the past, so I'm definitely excited to give one of her latest books a go. If I had to guess, You Are a Baddie at Making Money is going to help us eliminate those thoughts of doubt that hinder us from reaching our financial success. It says, relate to money in a new and lucrative way. Tap into your natural ability to grow rich. Very interesting book. I'm definitely putting this book on my next reading list. Jen Sincero has another book coming out at the end of this year called Baddie Habits, so I might be picking that book up as well. Going into this next book, it is encouraged that we leave our egos behind. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a book that I have been wanting to get ever since I began my spiritual journey, and this book was published in 2001. Before I ever picked this book up, I just knew that it would be about mindfulness and being in the present moment, and mindfulness is a journey for me that reduces a lot of anxiety, and I love reading up on books that talk about mindfulness and how to be more present. Mindfulness and being in the present moment brings about peace, and that is an element that I strive to maintain in my life. So I'm definitely glad that I got my hands on this book finally. Hopefully I can get to reading this book before the end of this year, as I have quite a lot of books on my reading list already. The next book is not actually a self-development book, but rather a mystery fiction novel, and that is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. It's got 5 out of 5 stars practically everywhere, and I've seen so many different reviews on it, and I was actually recommended this book sometime last year, so I really hope that I like it. It was published in 2018, and I just heard about it last year, so that must mean that it's gotten quite a lot of buzz. I'm interested in this story, especially after reading the synopsis. I feel like it's going to be really raw and intense, and I feel like I might just like it after all. It's about a murder and follows Kaya Clark, a young girl who lives just off the coast of North Carolina in a marsh all alone. The nearby residents suspect that it is Kaya who is responsible for the murder, and then at that point in the synopsis it gets a little fuzzy, but after I read this book I'll definitely be able to give you guys a lot more insight on what it's all about. The last book is also a self-development book. It is Women Who Run with the Wolves: Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, and this book was published in 1992. Most of the books in this video are older books, but I don't sleep on older books because a lot of them carry so much wisdom in them, and that's really what I'm interested in. This book combines fairy tales and stories to help women reconnect with our instinctual nature, as it refers to the wild woman as fierce, healthy, and a visionary. This book explains the wild woman's psyche, and as a woman, I would love to learn more about this psyche and tap into it. I think that there is a lot of valuable information that I can receive from reading this book. A lot of the books in this video are in the self-development or spiritual department. Like I mentioned in my New Year's resolution video, I definitely want to maintain a healthy balance between self-development books and other genres so that I become a more well-rounded reader and am grounded in my spiritual journey and practices. If you guys want to see more books like these on my channel, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what some of your favorite self-development books are. Subscribe, join the family, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Goodreads. If you like to shop like me, follow me on Poshmark because I just relaunched my closet. But yeah, that is all. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Until next time, bye!